So funny. I'm seeing in the chat here. I'm so happy that Cashman didn't pay $25 million for Verlander.
Mm.
Well, what'd you think? You were going to get him for 10? Like, really? People, look at what happened already to the pitching market. Eduardo Rodriguez got $77 to $80 million for 5 years. He's been a really good pitcher. I know he's still in his late 20s, but you have one game to go next year. Are you giving the ball to Erod or to Justin Verlander?
Mm.
I'll take my chances with Justin Verlander, and I haven't seen him throw a ball in 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't get all caught up on the money. It's not your money. It's the Yankees' money. They need to spend some, and they need to flex their muscles. And I'm an outsider here. I don't root for the Yankees, and I don't root against the Yankees. I think the sport is significantly more interesting when they're better. That's what I root for. That's what I want to see happen. I think this was a whiff by the Yankees, but I also don't think that there was much that they could do. So now, if you're the Yankees, what is plan B? It's not going to be good enough to go take a shot at a Corey Kluber type again. That ain't going to work. If I'm a Yankee fan, I'd be pissed off at that. You know, you don't need to throw $250 million at a guy, but you might have to throw $100 million at a guy.
Yankee fans need to be honest with themselves. We talked ourselves into Justin Verlander for the past week, whether on this show or on Twitter or with your friends. If Justin Verlander ended up in pinstripes, you were going to say Justin Verlander's in pinstripes. If we can get him, Garrett Cole, and Luis Severino into the playoffs, this is kind of what we've been waiting for. That being said, the Yankees pitching was good last year. It was their strength.
Mm-hmm.
You can always improve it, and like you're saying, with a Justin Verlander, you're going to always want to add that guy. that guy will never be the fifth or sixth guy in your rotation.
No.
I think it did distract Yankee fans. You know, we've talked a lot about, obviously, shortstop. I think even when you were here last time, we talked about shortstop a lot and what'll change there. There's been a lot of eyes on first base. The new development since we last talked was center field, which, Cashman, who's kind of open in his recent press conferences, dropped that, and it was kind of a eye-opening moment for me because the Yankees do love what Aaron Hicks is about when he's on the field. On base, good arm, covers the outfield, power, a good OPS type center fielder. That being said, he hasn't been on the field, and his contract isn't as daunting as I guess I thought it was. So I guess keeping it starting pitcher before we start pivoting to that, I guess, do you have a mental boundary in your head of what you're expecting the Yankees to do? I mean, are you expecting them a John Gray type? Is that enough for you to say the Yankees address their rotation, or a trade for Luis Castillo? Like, I guess I want to know where the boundary is, because I think you're right. If they re-sign Corey Kluber, Yankee fans would say,
Mm-hmm. No, that's not the route that you want to go. It's just not. I can't rely on a guy who hasn't been healthy in years. And when he is healthy, where are we going to put him? Like, in a must-win situation, do you feel great about Corey Kluber at this point of his career taking the ball? I would say no. I like your idea of a trade. And I know that everybody's focused on Matt Olson and whatever happens in Oakland. Why don't you double down? They've got more than just Olson available. Why don't you take one of those three pitchers that they've got? You could go, if you wanted to just go short term, you go Manaea or Bassett. If you want a little bit more, you're going to have to pony up more, Frankie Montas, who I think he finished fifth in the Cy Young voting yesterday or something. Had a sneaky, really good season. And to me, that's what you do. I'd call Oakland and I'd say, okay, let's make something work. If we're going to go two big names, let's do it.